was a minority, but damn, I didn't know I was a minority. Every time she sees me like with my hair, like I'll have like a new hairstyle, you know, she'll want to touch my hair. She'll be like, oh my god, that looks fun. And I'm like, bro, don't touch my fucking hair. Like, ask me if you could touch my hair, you know? Hey guys, it's Destiny, aka Sultan Ivy. Thanks for joining me today. If you haven't already, or if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that like button. It really helps with the algorithm, just so that I can keep on giving more videos to you guys. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit touchy subject. This is really personal to me. I'm just going to give it to you guys raw. I'm just going to tell you guys all of the facts. I'm going to let you know everything from my point of view. And just a disclaimer, this is from my point of view, so other people may have had different experiences. Today we're going to be talking about my experience going to a PWI. If you guys aren't familiar, that stands for predominantly white institution. So the contrast of that would be a HBCU, so historically black college. Let me just start off with talking about kind of like how I grew up. I went to Jewish-owned elementary school, and I loved that elementary school. It was so cute. It was only 3 years old, so a lot of my classmates were Jewish. I was very familiar with Jewish people. Later on, I did go to high school at one of the most diverse high schools in Colorado. It was just very interesting because I was just used to diversity. I was used to being around a lot of people from different ethnic backgrounds, different countries. Like, all of my friends growing up were always other, you know. I did have a few white friends, but most of my friends were people of color. Where I lived was not too far from like a mosque, a church, or a synagogue. All of those were in very close proximity. Everybody had different religions, had different backgrounds. Everybody was just different. I was very used to being in a diverse community like my whole entire life. And obviously, like, as you can tell, I'm black, so I've been around black people, been around Hispanic people, Arab people, African people, you name it, I've been around them, and like I felt comfortable amongst those groups because that's what I was used to. If you guys don't know, I am from Colorado. The diversity is very limited. I'm gonna give you guys some statistics about Colorado demographics. So as of 2019 census, the white population in Colorado is 84%. The black population constitutes for 4%. The other population constitutes for 3.8%. Two or more races, that's 3% as well. Asian is about 3%. Native American is less than 1%, as well as Native American, Hawaiian, Pacific Islander is less than 1% as well. Those are the demographics. So as you can tell, Colorado is predominantly a white state. Like, there's mostly white people here. But growing up, I never really like I knew there was a lot of white people here, but like, I guess I'm just, since I grew up around minorities and I grew up around a lot of ethnic people, I really didn't notice it. You know, like, I knew it, but I didn't really notice it. Like, it didn't, like, I didn't really think about it. So it gets time for me to choose what college I want to go to. I don't know if you guys know, but I am a transfer student. So at first I went to MSU Denver, and then I transferred to CSU Fort Collins. So being in Colorado in general, there aren't any HBCUs. So me going to HBCU was out of the question. There aren't any in Colorado. So either way, I was just gonna have to end up going to any of the public universities that they have here. Denver is actually very diverse because I feel like most of the immigrants, when they come from their different countries, if they come to Colorado, they end up populating in Denver. So most of the places in Denver are very diverse. Whereas Fort Collins, most of the people there are white. Like, majority of the people are white. So when I went to Fort Collins, that was a giant culture shock for me. It was very different, and it definitely took some adjusting to. I'm gonna give you guys some examples of like some of the things that was going on. So at first, you know, I didn't really realize that I was a minority in Fort Collins, which is weird because, I mean, you're probably like, Destiny, how did you not realize you're a minority? Like, you're the only one of your kind. You're a black unicorn. Like, I know. I get it, okay? I know. I'm a black unicorn. I freaking know. But, like, at first, you know, like, I was just so excited to go to this university because I'm like, you know what? It's a state school. It's CSU. Like, I really want to go to this university, and I want to work as hard as I can and get the best degree possible. and all this stuff. I had high hopes of being a veterinarian, blah, 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 okay? So I go to the school. Race is not on my radar. I came to that school for academics. That's my sole purpose, is to get an education and get out. That's literally what I came to CSU for. I wasn't worried about the demographics. I wasn't worried about the students. I wasn't worried about the teachers. I was worried about myself, and I was worried about doing well. Honestly, I wouldn't say it hit me until one day. I don't know why, but it was like raining, thundering. It was dreary. It was not a good day, okay? And I had class and I was running late. It was like in one of these lecture halls that there's like 400 students plus. And so I was running late, and I have bad anxiety. So like I walked through the door and I couldn't find a freaking seat. I was so mad. And like I walked in front of the whole class, and like everybody was looking at me. And I was just looking at everybody back like, boo, the fuck, yeah, I'm late. Like, what are y'all looking at, you know? And like they were just staring at me. I sat down. I don't know if it was because I was embarrassed that I realized this, or the fact that I was late and I just hate being late. But I sat down in my chair, and then like I just was thinking to myself like, wow, like I am the only person of color in this class. I am the only black person here. Like there's 300 plus students in this class, easy. And I'm the only black person. Like just looking around, like just from seeing the classroom from that view, like seeing everybody sitting in their seats, and then I'm walking across, looking up, looking to see if there's a seat, and just seeing like all the white students, you know? And I'm just like, where do I fit in? Like, where do I fit in all of this? So I felt really sad, and I don't know what was going on that day, but I was already in my feelings because of some other stuff. So then when that happened, I was just like, wow, like it just hit me like, wow, like there really aren't many black people here, and like I am one of the few black people that are here. And I feel like it just gets kind of discouraging, you know, because you're just like, wow, like all of these white students, their parents probably have had generations and generations and generations of education, and I'm coming here as a first gen student, and I don't know this system. I don't know nothing about how college works. Like I'm navigating everything on my own. And they probably are just looking at me like, wow, like she doesn't know anything, you know? When you're the only person of color in an area, it could kind of make you feel a little bit, you know, like a minority. Like I knew I was a minority, but damn, I didn't know I was a minority, you know, kind of thing. Like at that moment, I was like, whoa, okay, cool. Just like my experience again. And also, I just noticed little things. Being at a PWI, I feel a lot of people don't realize black culture at all. Like they don't know culture at all. For example, I work at a job at the school, at the university, and one of my coworkers, she's an older white woman, and every time she sees me like with my hair, like I'll have like a new hairstyle, you know, she'll want to touch my hair. And she'll be like, oh my god, that looks fun. And I'm like, bro, don't touch my fucking hair. Like, ask me if you could touch my hair, you know? I understand, but I'm not like a little rat in a box in your little science project where you just poke and touch at it. Like, no, that's not me. Like, don't just come up to me and touch and play with my hair like I'm a little doll. And by the way, I did these braids by myself. Y'all comment down below, because y'all didn't know these hands had skills, okay? I didn't even know I had skills because I never did this to my hair before. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just felt super uncomfortable, and I'm just like, whoa, like, okay, shorty, like, what do I do in this situation? I don't know if I should cuss her out, or if she just really doesn't know, or like if I should be nice and play it off, you know? It's just like very uncomfortable. And I feel like because they don't understand black culture, they oftentimes pass certain boundaries, and they don't even realize that they're passing those boundaries. For another example, this was honestly like a couple months ago, before COVID popped off and everything. I auditioned for the CSU fashion show, and I ended up getting one of the roles to be a model in the fashion show. So two of the girls that were finding the garments for me, they were like looking in the catalog. Oh, let's look through here. Look that. Literally the only outfits that they chose for me were outfits that previous black girls wore.
When do it becomes
one of the black women that had previously modeled, this girl had giant boobs, okay? Like she had some knockers, okay? Do you see me? I am freaking flat-chested, okay? They're gonna pull out a garment for me that is too big in the bust area, knowing damn well that my petite ass is not gonna fit it.
Bitch, is you blind?
And they literally gave me that outfit only for the fact that the previous model was black. I just felt disrespected because I'm just like, do you see how big I am? Like, I'm 5'2". Like, I'm small. Like, get something that's gonna be appropriate for my body type. It doesn't matter if it's been on a black model or a white model or Asian model. Bro. When you're going to a PWI, sometimes your white friends will get a little too comfortable sometimes, and they will say things that are a tad bit racist, you know? And we should not be scared to correct people when they are saying things that make us feel uncomfortable. And I'm here to tell you that that is not okay. It's not okay for them to say those things, and it is okay for you to check them and tell them and be like, hey, like, this is not okay. This makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't think you should be saying it. Sorry, y'all, my dog was barking. She's a little crazy. I'm pretty sure y'all already know her. Like, she cannot be tamed. But anyway, at this university, I feel like there has definitely been several incidents of racism and Semitism, and not only that, but xenophobia, homophobia towards our lesser populated communities of students. And I feel as though this makes it very uncomfortable for us to even show our faces, or to even feel comfortable, or to even be proud to even go to a university. For example, there's been "All Hail Hitler" written on a student's residence dorm hall that was Jewish. There's been wireless networks named "Fuck Jews." Not to mention, there's been a swastika found on the wall in Aggie Village. There's been a fake noose on the floor of a black RA. Like, come on, guys. This is not okay. And we cannot forget the most recent one, blackface. Several white students plainly wearing blackface going "Wakanda forever." Understand, like, these things happen and you can't control it, but our president fails to address these issues. Like, there's a difference between addressing the issue and addressing the issue. Address it, like, you acknowledge the fact that it happened, but you're not addressing the root of the problem, and you're not making a difference. Hate speech shouldn't be allowed in a university regardless of who it comes from. Hate speech is not proper speech for a university. In my opinion, I don't feel as though it was addressed properly, because time and time again, our higher education leaders are not helping us with these things. So it's kind of hard for us to feel like we are accepted. It's hard for us to feel that we are wanted when even our own president doesn't seem to care about our voices. So, sorry guys, that's a lot. This is just my personal experience going to a PWI. This is in no way to discourage you, because I feel like there are a lot of pros that I have gotten out of going to a PWI that I probably wouldn't be able to get from other schools. And unfortunately, the fact of the matter is PWIs do get more funding than HBCUs. That's just how it is, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. I'm happy to go to CSU because I feel as though I'm getting a really good education. Honestly, I'm just happy that I even have the opportunity to go to a university, because when my ancestors were slaves, they weren't even able to get an education. They weren't even able to learn how to read. So the fact that I'm able to even read, and I'm even able to go to a university and make a difference in this world, that's what it's all about to me. That's why I stick to it. That's honestly what keeps me going throughout all of this. I just want to get off of the negativity, and I just want to also offer a couple of ways that you too can de-stress yourself and cope with the feeling of being a less represented student population at a PWI. Oftentimes at your school, you should have an organization. We have the back office at our school, a good community for students to be together. And sometimes you have a community where you can just be yourself around other people that are like you. It definitely helps you get through the tough times. Another piece of advice is to empower yourself. I think it's very liberating to know the fact that I'm able to go to the school and I'm able to make a difference. And sometimes I'm even getting better grades than my white counterparts. And I feel like that makes me happy. That makes me feel empowered, the fact that I'm working hard towards something and they can do it, I can do it as well. Don't put yourself in a box, because you definitely can excel. So I just want to remind you guys that it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, and if it were easy, then everybody would be out doing it. But it's not easy. The reason why a degree means so much in American society today is because it's not easy to get it. It's hard. It takes time. It takes motivation. It takes studying. It takes time management. It takes a portion of your life to obtain that degree. So just know that you're working towards something bigger than yourself. And it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. If you're able to conquer that, that should just be another accomplishment in your life. Know that you are a student first before you are Black. When you go to a university, your sole purpose should be to get an education, and a good one at that. Don't look at the color of your skin or your ethnicity or your background as anything less. But you are a student first. You're not alone. A lot of other students are facing the exact same adversities that you are and feeling the exact same way that you are as well. So sometimes banding together and facing the same problems makes everything so much easier. And it also just kind of evens out the burden that you have when you have someone to talk to about it. Because I know for me, like, I feel a lot better when I talk to people about my problems. Like, for example, like, the biggest sigh of relief is like when I'm like talking to someone and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out about this exam, and someone else is like, I haven't even started studying. Like, that just makes me feel a little bit better, because I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one in this boat. I'm not the only person that is feeling the stress of this exam. And I just want you to know that you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are talented. And if you are a person of color, you are that much more special, because you have something extra. You got that splat, that splat. It's like, I'm kidding, but seriously, guys, like, you are really. Hey guys, woo, that was a lot to talk to you guys about. Sorry, I just had a lot on my mind, and I definitely had a lot to say to you guys, and I just feel really strongly and passionate about this subject, so I had to talk to you guys about it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this content, please let me know. You guys letting me know what you want to see is gonna help me out tremendously. If you're still with me to the end, if you're still here at the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. You stay blessed, okay? And thank you so much for watching my video. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.